my name's Erica and welcome to my channel, Ginger Books / Ginger Snaps Gaming 19. Hello and welcome to another vlog and obviously part 3 of the reread of the Twilight Saga in this whole series that we're doing. So I guess I don't know if I explained in the last vlog. I probably did, but I'm just going to brief everybody who just clicked on this video and saw, a reread of Twilight. I gotta click on this. Or Twilight Saga. Gotta click on this. So, I decided, it popped into my head and for some reason just stuck. And I was like, you know what? That might be fun because I love doing vlogs, but I just feel like I should theme them. And it just popped into my head. I'm like, well, I'm rereading the Twilight Saga, so why don't I reread my favorite middle school / high school series that I really loved. Now, the reason why I put middle school in that is because Twilight Saga technically was my favorite series, like, in middle school. I kind of stopped reading them, trying to reread them after probably 8th grade. I didn't read them much in high school, but I figured this would be a fun kind of thing to do with the vlogs for a while. We may break it up and maybe do something different later on. But because there is one series that I would love to read for these vlogs. However, there are so many books in that series that I'm not going to be able to do vlogs for all of them. So, may have to break it up a little bit and maybe only do certain things or update, like, when I get to certain points and then do certain books after that. Like, trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But that, again, is kind of brainstorming in the back of my mind to do that series. And I'm not going to say it just because I don't want to give away what one series may or may not be. So, but I did read quite a few series in high school. However, there's at least 2 of them I know I did not finish. So this will be like a reread / reading for the first time, like the last 2 or 3 books of a certain series. So, yummy. Anywhooser. So, currently I'm in the car. Hello. Just because it's a lot easier to vlog when I'm in the car, because then I can sit and talk to you guys instead of disappearing because I'm either on my phone half the time or I forget I'm vlogging, so I don't vlog. It's interesting to be in my brain some days. And how chaotic and scheduled I try to stay on a schedule, but I always throw it out the water after 2 or 3 o'clock because, But anyways, I wonder how I get things done sometimes. But currently I'm in the car because I am heading up to my friend's / coach's place because I was there yesterday, which you'll see in the last vlog that I was in. Oh, I guess, actually, no, I didn't vlog at all that day. And I think I might have forgotten to close that vlog. Oopsie. And you'll probably see that. Obviously, because I haven't edited it yet, so that's why I'm sitting here a little, realization a little bit. So, and oh my goodness, why is people driving so slow today? Oh my goodness. Unless this person is trying to find a house because it looks like a maintenance guy. So, I'm heading up there again today because, one, I forgot Fancy's vaccine, as well as all of the dewormer I got. I forgot to bring it up yesterday. So, but also the reason why I'm coming back up is because we ran out of time and I wanted to brush Fancy because her name's Fancy, but she really is not a fancy horse. She loves being a little piggy and rolling in mud and laying in it. She don't care. But with the temperatures getting down below freezing again and possibly below 0 a couple of days this week, we want to blanket the horses, but I don't want to blanket Fancy when she has all that mud on her because, all of that mud will cake, dry, and then kind of wherever, the blanket kind of rubs is going to rub that into her skin and irritate it. And I'm like, no, she needs to be brushed. So that's what I'm going up and doing today because my friend had yesterday and today off where she's at. And oh boy, that's a skunk. Oh. Next week is a different story though because it's supposed to be, I think, by the weekend in the one day is supposed to be in the 60s, but most of the days are starting at the beginning of the week, it's supposed to be like mid to high 40s, slowly getting into the 50s, and then 60s by the end of the week. So it's like, heck yeah. That means I can finally like start, you know, planning, like writing exercises and everything. And I believe my book that I ordered should be here next week. And so I kind of got onto the horse kind of like training book kind of kick, and I got a couple on Kindle, and then one is a veterinarian book, which I would really love to read for horse owners. And also I got 101 training, like ground exercises to help improve training and bond with your horse. And I figured that's something that we could start with Ty. I could start with, me. It's me. With Ty, because I'm just looking for something to start kind of doing on the ground and figuring out like exactly what he knows and what I could teach him, as well as, you know, sitting there, you know, and helping improving our bond. So that's kind of killing two birds with one stone with that one. Then and that'll help me also kind of improve it on the ground, and also some riding things, because really, to be honest, I don't think we should be trail riding until he's more confident and trusts me, and we improve our bond on the ground and in the saddle before we actually try any trail rides. Because he's been pretty good, but most of the trail rides I've been kind of doing is around the farm, and he's even going out in the field, he's very uncomfortable. So there's a lot of things that I think we need to do together to, you know, show that I'm in control. It's okay, you can trust me, before we try things, especially off the property, since he has not been off the property in like 5 or 6 years, minus going to the vet to get his teeth floated. So yeah. And I would love to have him as a trail horse for intermediate riders in the future lesson barn that I hope to have, breeding barn and boarding barn, and be a trail horse for me and my boyfriend, because I think he'll really love it. But again, keeping his brain engaged and listening and kind of building that bond. And I know that you know, we're gonna have to go through this too when Blake starts working with him too, so he can form a bond and trust with Ty. But I definitely probably will not be taking him on any. So I've kind of revamped my goal for this year. I would love to take him on a trail ride, but it might not be me taking him on a trail ride, because I also have things that I would like to do with Fancy too as well. And one of them is to see if I can get her on a trail. So I kind of have different goals for each horse, but kind of working towards a similar goal of, you know, just, you know, the big overarching goal, which is to just improve my bond with both of them this year, get more riding under my belt, which is my own personal goal in riding, so that I'm confident in what I'm doing to go off property as well, because I can barely sit a trot very well right now. So it's like keep riding and improving with that, and building more confidence in myself that I know exactly what I'm doing. So when Ty or Fancy spooks at something, I can be right there and in control and get it, you know, under control and not fall off like I did. Anyways, and I'm really excited for that. I'm very like anxious to start, and I pretty much with Ty, I think the first 2 or 3 weeks we're probably not going to ride, but I do have where I'm going to be exercising him at least 2 to 3 times a week, lunging, doing different activities, kind of improving our bond. And I have a fun little activities that I saw on TikTok that I think he would really, really love, which is like, one of them is playing hide and seek with treats. So I think that would be fun, and kind of doing a little bit of like what is called plus R, which is positive reinforcement. I'm really going to do that with Fancy, because Fancy is a type of horse that I think positive reinforcement will be really good with her. Ty, I think it'll be good to a point, but he will need some discipline, a little bit more stricter discipline when he does something, just because he's not afraid to do it. When he gets anxious and then gets upset because he's anxious and doesn't understand, and he kind of blows up a little bit. So, but yeah, anyways, off the horse kick. So, but working towards goals, that's fun. So of course I did work today, and you know, I pretty much had everything done by noon, so by my lunch hour, so I didn't really need to like finish. I just kind of did piddly stuff. And that's why I'm also like kind of off early, but I'm technically still on call because I have the museum phone with me. So technically I'm still working till like 3:30. But working on event things. I feel like a lot of things are kind of starting to come together for activities. Contacted a few people about certain things for the fall fling, all of this, so that's really great for me. So very motivated this Monday. Actually, I've been in a really great mood and very motivated. So that's perk for me. But so another thing that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about is that since I think the way the vlog kind of ended, I didn't really talk about what I read. So I went further into Eclipse. Actually, to be honest, do I even remember what I read? And I don't even have the book with me to try to remember what I read. No, I don't. So I'm just going to form a synopsis. If you haven't checked out the last vlog, you can go ahead and click off this video, pause it, go check out that vlog. It is roughly a little over an hour, so I do apologize. There was no way to make it any shorter. So sorry about that. But right now, my thoughts are, and I think it just solidifies how much I don't like Edward's character. It has some redeeming qualities. It has qualities that, are not bad per se, but in Eclipse, it is more apparent of how much I dislike Edward's character because of how he went from literally one extreme to the next. He went from New Moon, where he left to try to protect Bella, which I get that, having her surrounded by vampires who could literally, if she gets a paper cut, like what happened with Jasper, slip up and try to pretty much kill her. I get it. But then he comes back and becomes very, very overprotective, because I think part of it is because he feels guilty for leaving and not protecting her and leaving her to the wolves. And I say that in parentheses because, Jacob is a werewolf, and his pack that he belongs to. Even though nothing really bad ever happened to her, Jacob actually is pretty good at keeping himself in control. And actually, a lot of the pack does really well at keeping themselves in control, except for Paul, because I feel like he might have had anger issues before he became a werewolf, and of course they were heightened when he became a werewolf. So, but now being very overprotective, not being very trusting, and I feel like that's also, again, the nature of vampires to protect their own, because of werewolves, so there's always a disdain for them, but it's still very, just kind of over the top. Very over the top, and being very controlling and very manipulative, because sometimes the way he would talk to Bella at the beginning of the book about why he feels a certain way almost sounds like a gaslighting, manipulative person. And it's oh my god, I think he's trying to think out loud of trying to understand, why he feels a certain way, but it just does not come off like that. It comes off very manipulative and gaslighting. And it's just wow. And the way he kind of, and this is where I kind of felt really bad for Alice, because she was stuck in a rock and a hard place, but I still feel like she should have had a choice, and didn't have to kind of be on the same trip as the rest of the family, because I feel like Alice would have seen reason, but all of them are getting pretty protective over Bella, so they agree with Edward. It's just well, if you would have understood that, Edward loves you that much and all this stuff, and it's not, if he really loved her, he would trust her. And I think that's what Bella's been trying to get at, is that Jacob would not hurt me. He's been very good at controlling his emotions, and I've been very good, even though she has antagonized some of the emotions, because she can't see past when she gets angry and stuff, but I don't know. And then Bella, another thing is that she just let Edward waltz back in. Yeah, true love, destiny, and all that crap, but still, I would not, if that happened with my boyfriend, I would not let him waltz in that easily. You know what? You made me believe, and this is where the gaslighting comes in too. You made me believe that you didn't want me because, yeah, I don't think very highly of myself. So, yeah, I believed you because it wouldn't make sense of why, you would love me. And then this is where the one moment of gaslighting from Edward comes in about, how could you really think, how could you so believe me? Like, all this stuff, and it's like, I feel the same way. Like, if I don't think very highly of myself, but I'm getting better. So, I mean, I probably, if I was in her shoes, I would have thought the same thing. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know if I explained that correctly, but oh my word. Oh my Lanta. That's all I can say. This is like taking miscommunication to a whole nother level. And that's where I feel like this trope wasn't really done very well in the book. Because, I mean, it's not just miscommunication. They're also just not listening to each other, not believing each other. But still, it's like, yikes. Yeah. Well, that's all. But anyways, I just realized I've been rambling on for like 17 minutes. So, obviously when I edit this, it's not going to be 17 minutes. But, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I just wanted to welcome you to the vlog and just kind of talk to you guys and have like a one-on-one chit-chat with you guys. And, yeah. So, I'm going to keep on driving. And I will see you guys probably not on the ride home because it'll probably be dark. Most likely when I am home. So I will talk to you guys later. Hello everybody. It is much later. It's like 8, almost 9 o'clock. It's like 8:46 or something like that. I don't know. That's what my computer's saying. But I did get home like an hour, I want to say about an hour and a half ago. But I've just been sitting on my phone, watching a couple of YouTube videos as well, just kind of catching up with things. Just because I know I really need to, like, start filming the Sims video, because I found out, the Rags to Riches video that I thought I had already edited was actually the video in my current video editing folder. And because of that, I accidentally lost it, or I deleted it thinking it wasn't a video that was important. So I can't find it, so that means I deleted it. So I don't have the first part of the Rags to Riches. So I'm trying to debate on if I just do part 2 and explain it, or if I redo the Rags to Riches. Because, I mean, I haven't released anything of it yet. So I'm going to think on that. But I wanted to open this up for you guys. And it is my Book of the Month box that I get. And I'm not an affiliate of Book of the Month. I do pay for the subscription. And I probably purchase once a month. I've purchased for over 12 months. And got books for over 12 months. So I am a BFF with Book of the Month. And I probably do buy between 1 to 3 books each time, but this time I only got 1. The last few times I've gotten like 2 or 3, just because I was interested. But the book that I got is the Book of Cold Cases by Simon St. James, or Simone St. James, I think is how it's pronounced. Yes, Simone. So I was just interested in this, just because I do kind of want to get into more mystery and like crime mysteries. So I figured I would pick this up. Thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, and I don't really remember any of the synopsis. Sorry, guys. I am, like, really tired. Oh, this one has a dual timeline in it, and I think that's what intrigued me, because I love the Truly Devious series dual timeline, so I wanted to see how well this one was written for a dual timeline, too. So, but that's the book I got, and I also have more bookish mail coming in tomorrow, because I believe my horse books should be in tomorrow. So, hold on just a sec. Sorry, my dog was licking her paws very loudly behind me. So, pretty much what I'm going to do, to be honest, I really don't want to start filming because it's going to be it'll be out before this video is, but it's going to be a build, and I think I should wait until tomorrow to do that video. Because then I'll have more time. I think what I need to do is just take my dog out and just go upstairs and read and just chill. Because that's kind of what I want to do right now. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably just close up shop downstairs, and I'm going to head up upstairs and read. So I will see you guys in a few. Everybody, it is Tuesday and it is 8:30, a little after 8:30 in the morning. I have been up since 6:40 because I have my friend's little one sitting in the living room. I'm babysitting her today, so I don't wake up at 6:40 on a regular basis. But I need to wake up, and I'm on my second cup of coffee and I'm still like asleep. I'm really starting to think I need to up my caffeine game with the coffee because it's not really affecting me at all. But you know, I am here. I figured I would also pop on this morning, and I read a little bit of Eclipse. I did not read like enough to really have thoughts, but now I remember where exactly I'm at. Pretty much I'm past that point, but pretty much where I had started from when I last left off was Edward tries to go hunt again. She kind of gets held hostage by Alice, but when he comes back, he kind of realizes that he overreacted, which is a good thing. He realizes he overreacted. However, it comes at the opportune time when Jacob makes Bella mad. So it's like I know you probably don't know what happened, but because Bella tells you right then and there, but at least now he's like, oh, and I'm like, I don't want this to drive a wedge between us and all this stuff. And it's like, well played, boy, well played. But I mean, at least he gets some sense knocked into him. I do forget about that. He's not always so controlling throughout the rest of the book, but still, I just don't like how very controlling he was at the beginning of the book. And I feel like that's just a red flag. Yeah, but we're at the point where I last left off is somebody has been in Bella's room. She has just come home, and Edward, when he shows up, knows exactly that somebody has been here, and it's not any scent that he's familiar with. So yeah, so we're at that point. I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done during the day today, but I have some things I have to get done for work. Then I might go ahead and start filming the Sims build, because I figured I wanted to take a chance at a Sims build. And of course, in the disclaimer at the beginning of that video, but I'm also putting it here, is that I don't usually build houses. I usually either get them off the gallery or I renovate existing homes. So bear with me. I'm not a home decor person. I am also not a builder. So, but I figured it would be kind of fun and take a crack at it, you know, that saying, I guess. I'm so sorry. I'm just really not coherent right now. But yeah, So, but we need to get a few things done for work first before I even, like, venture to do that. And yesterday, I started work at, like, 8:30. I would say 8:30 because I went and fed the horses. And I got done by noon with everything that I needed to get done. So, and a lot of it is I am sitting here waiting because I'm planning, but I have contacted people, so I'm kind of sitting here waiting. So, can still do some planning. I'm going to do what we're going to do today, I guess, kind of running down the itinerary list here, is updating the cemetery records that I did get. And after that, I could be doing some research pretty much about Frank Gotch, because I do have to, I moved the video back to the 4th Tuesday, which is like March 22nd, to do the live video. But so I do have, and I plan on probably next week, the entire week, trying to get as much information as I can about Frank Gotch before I give kind of like a general info video, is pretty much what it is, live video. But we will see. I'm kind of not really in the mood to read because I can't focus right now, which is really bad because, I mean, I just literally sat on the couch for like the last hour and like 15 minutes watching Bluey with my friend's little one, even though I was trying to edit the newsletter. Love that for myself. So I ended up telling her that I'm going to put on a movie because I guess you have to click to the next episode. I'm wondering if there's a setting in the kids' Disney Plus profile that I don't have to do that, but I just told her, I'm like, we're going to watch a movie so I don't have to keep coming in here every like 20 minutes to... So anyways, I'm rambling on and just avoiding working, so let's just get to work. It is Wednesday, like almost about the same exact time as I started filming yesterday. I did not film much, or vlog much I should say, yesterday just because I was watching a little one and I'm trying to keep her off the camera because I'm not 100% sure if her parents would appreciate her being on camera, so I was trying to keep her off. And then I started working on and finished the Sims build that I'm going to that I was filming. And then afterwards, I just started really not feeling good, and I think it was because I changed my kind of sleep schedule a little bit more drastically. And that is completely fine. It's just definitely was, I was tired. Like, I was definitely tired. Okay, how did these go? Postage stamps, apparently. But good morning. I figured I would pop on. Then I already kind of did my morning routine, which is pretty much I'm starting to make coffee again so I can get off of drinking pop right away in the morning. So, and I think it was just because I really did not like the classic blend that I was getting. My boyfriend really loves it, but I needed something else. So I've been getting French vanilla and stuff that kind of tastes like caramel macchiato because it gives it a little bit better of a taste for me to drink it black. So, yeah. But currently, as you can tell, I am putting postage stamps on letters because the newsletter, we release one at the museum about beginning of every season. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. Where did I just, oh, I obviously haven't had enough coffee because I'm only on my first cup and I've only taken like maybe 2 or 3 sips out of it. But, so I did not read anymore just because I wasn't really feeling well. I just went upstairs around 10:30 and went straight to sleep. However, I did want to show you this, so let me take a pause here. So this came in the mail yesterday. This is the book I was talking about, and I got it in spiral bound just because I kind of like the format a little bit better. So it's 101 ground training exercises that I can do, and I figure this is something I could do with Ty, and heck, I could probably even do it with Fancy or any horse, really, to be honest. It goes through like what your horse should be able to do at the beginning of it, and it's by Sherry Hill. I've never heard of her. I probably should do some more research on her, but I figured that would be kind of fun to do, and it like has, at the beginning, there's like this little key to help understand the diagrams, because this actually has diagrams to like show you what's going on and what your horse and you should be doing. So it has a fun little like key diagram here, like what a walk, a trot, a medium trot, and a lope should look like, and where your feet should be, the trainer's path, halt, transition, ground pole, cone, all of that. So I figured I would take a look at that today and figure out, because next week is supposed to be a lot warmer. So I'm crossing my fingers hoping that I can get Ty out, as long as it doesn't turn into a muddy mess, which it possibly could turn into a muddy mess because we're supposed to get snow later on this week. And that also obviously has to melt and it'll turn into a muddy mess. So also, don't mind my hair here. I wanted to try a high pony today, kind of higher than I usually do, to help keep hair out of the way and try something different, because I'm experimenting with different hairstyle things that I know I'm capable of doing. Don't ask me to do a braid because I can't do a French braid worth to save my life, but I can do a normal braid. Practice, obviously, but I can't figure out how to get my hands to mold the way I need to do it to myself, so... Yeah, and today's agenda is pretty much just this. I was devoting pretty much most of my time today to this, but I decided since I was home watching the little one, for my friend's little one, I would just go ahead and print off newsletters and get it done and out of the way. So, but this is pretty much what we're doing today. I was thinking about vlogging this, but I just don't want to accidentally show somebody's address, so probably won't vlog this. But I figured I'd pop on and say good morning and talk to you guys a little bit. But today is this, and then I have to get Sims videos done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, so in the last vlog I mentioned that I was going to do January and February's Fairy Loot unboxings together, and then I didn't realize until I went to upload a video, the Twilight vlog, that I already have uploaded January's unboxing. So I will probably just be uploading February's unboxing next week. So, or, yeah, next week, since obviously I don't know when this one's going to come out. It probably won't come out until a week. Not this coming week, but probably the week after. And then I have to figure out what to do for ending video for the month. Decisions. Planning is always fun and great, so... Plus, I also have to replan my YouTube schedule because I lost my Rags to Riches Part 1 footage. Just gotta figure that out. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna continue putting stamps on these, and I will check in with you guys later. Hello, everybody. It is 3 o'clock, so it is quite a few hours later. Sorry if I don't sound like my perky self. I just haven't been really feeling right the past couple of days. And I think it might be because I've been trying to cut my caffeine consumption down, and only if I drink caffeine in the morning, it's only coffee, but I'm not like drinking the full cups because I tend to forget I have coffee and then it gets cold. So yeah, I think that might be the reason why this headache. Besides that high bun that you saw this morning, I had to take it out because it was giving me like really bad pains in my scalp, and I totally forgot how sensitive my scalp is, so I can't have high ponytails like that. So, or buns. Even though it was kind of cute, but check that off the list of hairstyles I can't do because of my sensitive scalp, but that's fine. Currently, we're in the car because I'm going to Fort Dodge. I'm hoping this might be kind of like a fun pick-me-up. because I just feel really groggy and tired. I took a nap for about an hour and a half today because they say that 90-minute naps, like you sleep in 90-minute intervals if you deep sleep. So I took an hour and a half nap after getting some things done, which I did find, which is really good that I did find it. I did find the footage. It was in my capture clips of my Rex Riches Part 1. So I edited that one. I edited the Sims build. I'm still going to release the Sims build this week since I've already kind of mentioned it, and then do the Rags to Riches next week. So, yay! At least I found it. Now I just have to figure out one more video idea, and I think I may still go ahead and do the Decades Challenge, and we just rotate. The Sims build technically is a little bit sooner in the rotation than I like, so pretty much it's going to go Decade Challenge, Eco-Style Living, Rags to Riches, and then build. So, until I decide I get bored with one of the Rags to Riches, one of the Let's Plays. Sorry, a speed enforcement vehicle was going past, and I don't know if he wanted to think that I was either talking to my dash or talking through my Bluetooth, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so in case I ever get bored with one of the Let's Plays, we might switch one of those out. But yeah, lady's with me currently right now. She's going on a ride too, so. But it is 25 degrees. One of the things that I also think maybe might be affecting me is that it went from nice warm weather to like extremely cold weather again, and then it's gonna go to nice warm weather again next week. And I think these flip-flopping temperatures each week have been really wreaking havoc on my system, the biometrics and the pressure and everything. So yay for being, I guess, sensitive to that too. But I literally could probably go to sleep and probably wake up the next morning. That's how I feel right now. But anywhoozers, so we're on the way to Fort Dodge just to kind of piddle around a little bit, maybe find something to eat down there, and yeah. So I figured I would update you guys. Oh, so on Libby, one of my books I put on hold just to read off to the side came up, and it is called The Bone Witch. And it's a trilogy series, and I do have the first 2 books from that series sitting on my shelf, so I figured we could read it as a Libby book while we're traveling. Probably won't update as too much about that book as I would, obviously, since these are supposed to be Twilight vlogs, but figured I'll let you guys know. So if you start seeing, I do have a Goodreads, and it's under, I think it's under my name, but it's under Ginger Books, I think. I can't remember the @ I'll put it down in the description box, but you can check me out there, and if you start seeing like random books, that is why. Anyways, so I should probably get to actually check that out because my hold is about to expire. So anyways, I will update you guys when I'm back at home. Hello everybody, it is much later. Well, actually not much later, it's like 6 o'clock, so like 3 hours later from when I guys last updated you. And I was going to show you what I got from Target. I only got like 3 things, but before we get into this, I must just attract crazier than normal people, because I had the same run-in at Starbucks that I did last week or a couple of weeks ago, of people just standing way too close in a line. Okay, if you have not realized now, I love my personal space, so I don't like it when people are in my personal bubble. I don't know. I am a people person to a point. I don't even let a horse I don't know in my own personal bubble. Why would I let a person I don't know in my own personal bubble? So I was just minding my own business in the Starbucks line, like I usually do, just playing on my phone, waiting around. There was like 3 people ahead of me in line, so whatever. When it gets to close to my turn, out of nowhere, I just see a lady pop into my peripheral vision. And I'm like, okay. But she wasn't just, like over here, like a distance away. She was like literally right here. And hold on, my phone, work phone's ringing. Sorry about that false alarm. our number has the same digits as the pharmacy number of the Hy-Vee here in town. So, anyways, where was I at? Oh, so she was not standing like a distance over to the side, like in my peripherals. No, I happened to glance over and she is like right there. Like, if the counter was right here and the ledge to the counter was right here, she was literally standing right next to the ledge and the basket, like literally right here to me. So I was kind of getting a little upset because really, second time in a row that I go to Starbucks. So I just reached my hand across while I'm waiting for the lady because she was trying to take care of a food order for the order ahead of me. And so I just put my hand on that ledge, kind of cutting her off like, hey, I'm here. You're not with me. You need to be back behind me. Kind of like giving her subtle hints. Well, when the lady went to ring me up, so she goes behind me and goes and stands directly right beside me. Like, she's with me. Like, and even the cashier lady kind of looked, and I kind of looked at her and kind of gave her a slight shake of my head like she's not with me. It got to the point where I had to cover the credit card machine because she would be able to read my credit card number and my PIN number. Do I just attract crazier than normal people? Or just people with no, like, boundaries? Because they overstepped a boundary with me, which is don't go into my personal space. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too much of a B word. I don't know. But, however, I thought, sometimes overly friendly people don't realize you're in their bubble. So I just kind of went over and did my thing. However, what made me suspicious is that this person thought she might have known me, or she was just having a bad day and wanted to take it out on somebody and was trying to be urgent to order her tea or whatever. I was standing waiting for my drink to get done, and I happened to look over because I feel somebody staring at me, and this lady is giving me a look. And I'm like, so I gave her a look back and then she proceeded, because the lady had her attention about her order total to put in her credit card and stuff, so she paid attention back to that. So once I got my drink, I was like, I don't want a confrontation here in this freaking Starbucks because I don't care. I beelined it to the book and electronic aisle, which is in the back of the store, and just stayed there for a little bit before I left. So, yeah. My fun Starbucks adventures. I have a lot more Starbucks adventures in grocery store, shopping in general adventures that sometimes just make me scratch my head at humanity. But, whatever. So what I wanted to show you what I got at Target. So one of the things that, of course, I went back to the book aisle, as I said. And I found this book, which is supposed to be another Persephone and Hades retelling. So I decided to grab it because I'm interested. And also it says unspeakably hot. So I feel like this is going to be an 18 plus read if I do a reading vlog on it, because I have a feeling it's going to have some smutty scenes in it. I should probably, obviously you guys can read it. Neon Gods by Katie Robert, I think that's her name. Because again, thank you Target for the wonderful place stickers. Yep, Robert. And next thing I got was another notebook. Just because this is going to be strictly for horses, so I can write down everything when they've had shots, when they've had vet visits and why, when they've had farrier visits, so that I have proof of record if I were to sell one of my horses, and also write down birth, like if we have foals, birth dates, so when we go to put them on the registry, they're there, or like competition dates, anything like that. So if I were to sell this horse, they have a full kind of like transparent copy of the horse's history. So kind of being just as transparent as much as possible. So, and I do have a journal, but it's a training journal. So I was looking for something kind of like that, but I didn't like the journal layout. So I figured I might as well just get a notebook and make my own. And then I also got whiteboard markers that have erasers on the end. They came from, they're Expo markers, fine tip, erasable caps. And they also have magnets to stick to my whiteboard. So that's up and out of the way, and I won't lose my whiteboard markers that I seem to disappear, even though I'm pretty sure I know where they go. But, so currently, I really don't have much to do. I was thinking about reading, but my headache is better after taking a nap this afternoon and also eating and getting more caffeine. I think really what's been going on is just the caffeine headache, and then it was made worse by putting my hair up in a high bun. My scalp is still pretty sore, like right up in here. So, and I have a hat on because now my hair is like unnaturally poofy up here. So, but, you know, I don't really know what much to do today. I do want to read because my headache is a little bit better, because if I try to read, it makes my headache worse. But I don't know. Maybe I'll start planning stuff in my composition notebook. It's called a decomposition book because all of this is waste recycled pages in this notebook. So, and I really like it. Has a weird texture to it, but I like it. So maybe I'll do that and then maybe pop in for some reading. So hello, welcome to another day on the vlog. But today I'm currently in the car again, greeting you guys because I'm on my way to town to work at the museum for a little bit, and then I'm going to take off with my friend who is going to drop off her little one that I watched on Tuesday. She's going to take her down to her mom's to stay the night because she has to get up earlier tomorrow morning. And plus, since her mom is going to watch her on Friday for her, it would be easier for her to go to spend the night tonight. So we're going to do that today, but first, of course, doing some work at the museum because I have 2 denominations left to make a session list of, and then I can go start finding those items. So, fun. But I went to Target this morning to get a little bit of groceries, so I picked myself up some Starbucks, as well as, oh, I forgot it. I forgot the book I was going to give her. Shoot. And I also picked up my friend a book, but of course now it's sitting on my kitchen counter because I forgot it. Yay, love that for me. But I asked my boyfriend if he wanted the car to make sure that he did have like a way to work. He said that he might be able to get off early tonight if they don't have anything to do. So, but he just told me, don't worry about it. I'll find a way to work. Just go to work or just take the car. I've been kind of like pushing him to take the car when he wants to because I don't need it because I'm just going to plan on staying home, but he's just been, no, in case of emergencies, you should have it. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind, but okay. Which is really sweet, but still, whatever, I guess. But yeah, so I did read a little bit yesterday. Read probably about another 50 pages. I'm slowly making my way through Eclipse because some parts are a little bit boring and kind of feel dragging on, so I don't want to read. But I know if I keep reading, obviously it gets more interesting, but it's just trying to get myself to read. And I think I'm kind of in one of those weird reading slumps this week where I'm just not reading as much as I wish I could. But I'm not going to make myself feel bad or pressure myself to keep reading, and even if I don't feel like it, just because I feel like it doesn't help the non-reading mood, as well as I don't retain as much if I'm not invested. So, but currently we're at where Bella comes back from the bonfire, and Edward is now, kind of being okay with her going to, down to the to La Push and hanging out with all of the werewolves now and everything. And I feel, and a part of me is like, I believe him, but also part of me, it's like this weird unspoken competition he's having with Jake as well. Like, it just kind of feels a little dirty just because, he, every chance he gets, he kind of makes it his point known how much he loves her in front of Jacob, and Jacob does the same. So it's like a weird rivalry going back and forth. But I mean, in a way, I feel like he might be genuine about he doesn't want this to drive a wedge between them, and if he should be starting to trust her judgment. But it's just like out of nowhere, like a 180 flip from going that I don't trust your judgment, I need to protect you all the time, you can't go down there, to I trust you now, you can go down there. And it's like, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. But I mean, I do like it because now I feel like you're starting to see more sides, like, of Edward's, like, better parts of his personality than the whole controlling, manipulative, and gaslighting portions of his personality. And who knows, he might not even realize he's doing it. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though it annoys the piss out of me. So we're at that point, and kind of how I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm still like 50-50, like on the fence. And I feel so sorry for Jacob because he's put into the middle of this, even though he does have some interesting qualities later on in the book that I remember, that it's like, at least Edward doesn't go as far as making her do stuff she doesn't want to do and has not consented to. So, yeah. But currently I'm in town, so I'm going to take you guys along with me to do some work. And yeah, so let's get to work. Hello everybody. It is Friday, which is pretty much the start to my weekend, and wanted to pop in and say good morning. It is 10 o'clock, but that's about the norm when I do pop in the mornings. So, but I wanted to tell you guys something, and this is holding myself accountable. I'm starting to budget because I think it would be smart, especially since I want to see, exactly kind of where our money goes, as well as starting to kind of curve spending habits as well and start saving, because in 2 to 3 years, we're going to have to definitely look for a place. So I kind of want to get the ball rolling and start saving money for that. My boyfriend also needs a car. Because his car pretty much is done. It's kaput. There's no chance of saving it because one pothole could be one frame cracking disaster away. And everything. And I just started budgeting, and, I'm being completely honest with myself and putting in everything, and oh boy. Budgets definitely keep you honest, and it's kind of a slap to your face when you start putting in all of your expenses and your spending. Yeah, so I'm not proud of myself, but you know what? I need this wake-up call, and I know how to target it. I just need to stay honest and keep myself moving towards. This year is all about setting goals and fulfilling them. So, and not procrastinating or throwing it out the water kind of thing. And if a goal is not realistic, maybe finagling it a little bit to it being more realistic. So, but yeah, all I can say is wow. I'm not going to go into specifics because, as I said, that's personal. I'm not going to go into like actual number of finances. So, but anywhozer, so currently, obviously this is the first day of my weekend. I have 3-day weekends, since I work from home, and I can work pretty much any hours I want, as long as I get 30 hours for the week. Yeah, and sorry I haven't really vlogged much the past 2 days. It feels like I really haven't, especially yesterday. Usually when I'm like hanging out with people, I don't like to have a camera around. And I did try to read yesterday a little bit, but not a whole lot. I only like finished a chapter that I was on, and that was only like maybe 10 to 20 pages. So, but yeah, I did get a budget journal. However, I think I ordered the wrong one because this is supposed to be bi-weekly and I'm so confused on how to set it up. So I ended up, and my last splurge is I bought the monthly one that's a little bit easier to kind of keep track of things. And I'll keep that. Maybe I'll figure it out and just have 2 budget journals so I can keep track of expenses. But I mean, they give you enough pages in the monthly one to keep track of monthly expenditures and everything. So you can plan. Because obviously, and I also am doing an Excel sheet too, that gives you like your projected of what you're going to do and then what actually happened, like what your actual income was and what your actual expenses were, so you can kind of plan for next month. I kind of do like that. So in case if like, oh, my grocery bill was a little higher this month, maybe I should plan for a little bit extra cash next month in the grocery fund kind of type thing. But I'm hoping to kind of stay around, because I always put, X amount of dollars in. And usually I don't go over that unless I like spend a little extra. Like I had to get shampoo, which can be expensive because the shampoo I use that's really good with my hair is a little expensive. Or, things, or spending on medical things. But my whole thing the next month or 2 is to build up and have a cushion in the account. So, and have kind of like a savings again. So in case of emergencies, we have something, like if unexpected vet bill or because that really hit us hard, when Shadow passed away last month. Unexpected, like if a TV went out or something like it did, or having to go emergency doctor visit or something like that. So building that up, because I know my boyfriend is going to be setting up an appointment to get his ankle looked at, because he feels like something is wrong with his ankle. I don't think, feeling his ankle, I don't think it is, but he's flat-footed, and he's thinking that he's had a couple of bad spills where he leg locked and landed on his 2 feet leg locked, and we're thinking maybe something got jostled around, out of place or something like that, and a chiropractor hasn't helped. So he's going to go get that looked at, because he's thinking that he possibly had a hairline fracture that didn't heal right, and he never went. So I don't know, but we will see about that. And of course you can make payments on that, so let's hold on one sec. Sorry about that. That was the museum. But anyways, off the topic of budgets, but it definitely, I will have to say just an ending comment on that, since I talked about that for 5 minutes. Budgets are definitely great because they keep you honest. And you also get to see your money flow. So if you know where you need to cut down on something, you can. So I like how it's open and honest. So anywhozer, that's my journey, because one of my goals this year, personally in my life, is to have a budget and keep better track of our spending. So anywhozer, so today I don't really have much. Tonight I do have the chili supper with Lions Club, so I will be at that. I'm not 100% sure what exactly they want me to do, because I am supposed to be pre-packaging at 4:30, and the thing starts at 5. Like 4:30, I think, is when I'm supposed to be there. And then I'm not 100% sure if they want me to stay and keep packaging throughout. I'm not 100% sure. And then I'm supposed to help with cleanup afterwards. So I would have loved to go clean, which is my second job. I would have loved to go clean today, but I'm not 100% sure if they're working tomorrow. And then tomorrow I also have something at 10:30. So I may start pushing it off and cleaning on Sundays, because once it stays warm, where I go clean, they'll go on overtime on Saturdays. So I think that will just be best if I just start pushing that off to Sundays cleaning. Oh, and daylight savings time is on Sunday. Yeah, so there's not really much to do today. I do need to upload the Sims video, which if I did not stayed up before, I did find the Rags to Riches, so that'll be out next week. Or the same week. No, it'll be out next week. Because this vlog won't be out until, so technically last week. So, because this vlog won't probably come out until the 21st. So, actually no, this vlog won't even come out the 21st. This vlog will come out next month. Oh my god, guys. I need to figure out my schedule for uploading, I guess. Not really a whole lot to do today, but I definitely do want to, like, read. Because I feel like I have not read a whole lot. I've only read maybe like 100 pages, and I need to get at least a really good start on Eclipse, like, so that we can get close to at least finishing it if we don't finish the vlog. So I can finish it in private, like, off camera. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this video ready and uploaded so that you guys can enjoy my new Sims build, and then we will go read. Okay, as you can tell, I have been reading, but I'm on page 271, and this is probably one of the times that I actually respect Edward. I'll read it. You're going through with this because a sword is hanging over your head. We will take care of the problems, and I will take care of you, he vowed. When we're through it, and there's nothing forcing your hand, then you can decide to join me if you still want to, but not because you're afraid. You won't be forced into this. And so this is over the choice of becoming a vampire, because pretty much most of the Cullen siblings were kind of forced into this decision. They didn't really ask to be in this decision. They didn't get to have a choice. And that's why Rosalie kind of made it clear, is that, you know, in her own way, she's like, I didn't have a choice and neither did anybody else. It was forced and nobody asked me. And if it were me, I would have chose to live a human life. And Edward wanted to make sure to get that through, you know, Bella, not to make a decision because things are forcing your hand to do it. He wants to give that choice to her, which is very respectable. Like, even though she's going to choose in the life with Edward, but I mean, with the way she's freaking out right now, she didn't realize, you know, graduation was a week away. Like, I think she really does need to sit there and really think about if this is the decision she wants to make right now. Maybe in the future, but right now. So, I do honor and respect Edward and his decision on this one, and trying to get her to, that she has a choice and not to be forced into it. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I do apologize, but I want to keep reading now. Okay, so I'm on 278 after the last kind of like break, because obviously it has a break and it kind of time skips a little bit throughout the week. I love how Edward and Bella finally had a sit-down discussion about, you know, where Bella is coming from and where Edward is coming from, which Edward, yes, he is from a different century, a different time period, you would say, of, you know, looking at marriage. Like, 18's not young for him. Like, 18 is about that age they would have gotten married in the 1900s, 1910s still. 18, 19 years old. However, today, it means something different, you know, especially in Bella's eyes, when her parents got married literally right out of high school and ended up getting knocked up real fast. And a lot of people would see that as somebody getting married at 18, somebody that accidentally got knocked up. And in a way, today, it kind of still means the same thing. So, like, understanding where Bella's coming from and Edward's coming from, and finally them, like, voicing their worries and their concerns. One of them being Bella's, and I had to mark and go, oh my god. This still insecurity. I mean, I get it, but still this insecurity of, you know, does Edward really want me? Will he still want me even as a vampire? Like, all this stuff. And then, of course, Edward finally sharing some of his insecurities of, you don't want to marry me. But Bella's like, no, no, I do want to marry you, just not right now because of how it would look to people. So she is kind of worried about what people would think. Most importantly, probably what her parents would think, since they made that decision and and growing up knowing that they felt like that was probably the stupidest decision they could have ever made. So quite interesting. Yeah. Also, I realized I don't really have a sticky note code for this book, I realized. Because the green ones I'm putting for things that, like, annoyed me, kind of made me go, ew. Blue is, like, the sad moments, like, that really, like, upset me. Orange is, like, angry and, like, red flag. Pink is, like, okay, I love that. And then yellow is, like, mistakes in editing and writing, or just flow in the plot. So it kind of changes, but hopefully for the next book we'll have a more set one. But yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna continue reading. Okay, so it's a little bit later and I have gotten to page 330. So this is the point where Jacob's behavior kind of sends a red flag in my head, because, you know, I'm to this point I'm like, yes, just stand your ground, just no miscommunication, give Bella, like, finally force Bella to say, hey, you do have choices. Even though Bella is still very, like, denying that she's in love with him and keeps saying, I love you, but I'm not in love with you, all this stuff. However, the red flag comes in where I feel like a line is crossed is here on page 330, going into 331. His lips crushed mine, stopping my protest. He kissed me angrily, roughly, his other hand gripping tight around the back of my neck, making escape impossible. I shoved against his chest with all my strength, but he didn't even seem to notice. His mouth was soft despite the anger, his lips molding to mine in a warm, unfamiliar way. I grabbed at his face, trying to push it away, failing again. He seemed to notice this time, though, and it aggravated him. His lips forced mine open, and I could feel his hot breath in my mouth. Acting on instinct, I let my hands drop to my side and shut down. I opened my eyes and didn't fight, didn't even feel, just waited for him to stop. That right there describes how a lot of people in rape or sexual assault cases happens. That perfect clear image right there and then is what sends a big red flag into my head with Jacob. And I'm like, I think the scene was supposed to meant to be like a passionate kiss of Jacob finally, like, trying to break through that wall of Bella's, like, guard, but it did not come off that way. And this is where, even when I first read this, I had to stop and literally, like, go, what the heck? What? And this is where I started getting very skeptic of Jacob's behavior after this. I mean, he doesn't do it again. He waits for her consent, but still, you cannot take back that this was not consensual when she is pushing on your chest as hard as she can. She's practically grabbing, almost clawing at your face to stop. And then, of course, afterwards, she punches you because it was not consented. Yikes. I don't think this is cute. I don't think this is passionate. And it made Jacob's character go down a few notches in my eyes. Did not like it at all. But I'm going to keep reading for a little bit, and then pop back in. Hello, everybody, and oh my goodness, my hair is just so puffy in this. Hold on, let me put it back. Okay, hello, everybody. I didn't have a vlog at all yesterday. My bad. And I haven't actually really vlogged much in like the past 2 days, so again, my bad, but I wanted to at least get a little bit more to kind of close out the vlog. So it is technically Sunday, but it's like 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Whoopsie. And I don't know, I have just been like unbelievably like tired the last couple of days, and I think it's just because of the weather changing and daylight savings time, because that happened. So we lost an hour of sleep. But yesterday I ended up taking a nap for like 2 hours, woke up at 11 o'clock and decided to read. So I'm on page 410, which is chapter 19. And yeah, I am liking the book. And we're now to the point where the werewolves and vampires are now working together. And to be honest, that is actually the favorite part, like, in this book of, you know, Jasper trying to appease Bella's worries about some of the people, some of the Cullens, as well as, you know, working with the werewolves, actually finally having an advantage. I also like how, you know, Bella starts putting 2 and 2 together and actually using her brain for once, and, you know, kind of outsmarting a little bit of the Cullens too, like, haha, I think I know exactly, you know, how everything connects, as well as who possibly could be the person putting this all together. However, the excessive worrying of Bella kind of annoys me, because at this point it's just like, no, I think it's, you know, I believe the author is trying to point out, you know, how much, even though, you know, they're vampires and werewolves, it's just how much Bella cares for them and worries over them. However, it's still kind of annoying because it's like all the time. Like, you don't need to be doing this for me, and just how down she is about herself, how she thinks herself so insignificant that she doesn't need to be saved. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does irk me, because sometimes it doesn't come off as genuine. Sometimes it just feels like it comes off more for attention. And I hate to say that, because, you know, I think it's supposed to be genuine. Bella's never thought highly of herself. But it's just how much it shows up in the book, it just doesn't feel genuine anymore. Like, we have to keep reiterating the fact that Bella doesn't, you know, think of herself highly. You know, Bella is this way, Bella is this way, and it's just like, we get it. But however, why don't we start showing character growth of her, you know, finally, like, trusting them, you know, even though she worries over them, she trusts them to know what they're doing, you know, the right thing. And kind of not act like a bratty teenager feeling left out all the time. Like, I get she wants to, you know, because I'm kind of the same way. Like, I want to give back to the people who have helped me, but she doesn't need to put her life on the line all the time. Or try, like, make her look almost, and I hate to say this, suicidal every time. But, I don't know. I don't know. It just, I don't know. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way when the author keeps just hammering the points of each character's traits and flaws, and almost makes it sound like they're growing, but then they're not, then they're growing, then they're not. So the only person that really has shown like a lot of character growth is like Edward so far, which is really nice, but I don't know. But I'm gonna keep reading, and yeah, so let's get to read.